What up, world, man? All right, check this out. Back again. Just another inspiration, man. So this is gonna be more on meditation in conjunction with the moon, and I'm sharing this with y'all because this is something that I recently came into, and I've actually kind of just added to my own meditation journey. I've been meditating on and off for years. And when I say on and off, I say that because there's periods when I'm more into meditating more consistently than other times or whatnot. And but anyway, it's something it's a practice I've been doing for years. And before I even get into connecting it with the moon and everything like that, and the benefits of that I'm learning about, first I want to explain meditation is one of them things. It's kind of like, well, it is like working out. Like nobody can fully people can tell you the benefits of working out and different things they experience, energy and all that things like that, but until you really apply it yourself and start doing it yourself, it's hard for you to really understand and comprehend the experience. It's like a runner's high. People like, you get high from running. Like, yes, there's an addictiveness to it, and with working out there's even like the dopamine effect that if I go too long without working out, my body feels funny. My body's like, yo, we need to work out. We need to do something. Like it becomes kind of addictive in that same essence. But again, it's something you have to experience to fully understand. Same goes in meditation. And it's even deeper meditation because a lot of the experiences or changes are mainly internal, and that's really what meditation is about. Is uh, uh getting back to the internal, the inside, and the inner essence. So that's the first thing, just understand you got to try it, okay? And just like working out, the first time you go to the gym or the first time you go to run a lap or something, you're not going to have probably the best experience, okay? But if you keep at it, you're going to, over time, you're going to start seeing little noticeable, subtle differences. The biggest benefit from personally, my biggest benefit that I've experienced from meditation practice is the ability to really be aware of my thoughts, be actively aware of constant thoughts that are going through my brain throughout the day and at different times, and also being able to block out certain thoughts, being able to realize, hey, that's not what I need to focus on right now, and just being more aware of it. In general, of just the thought process, because a lot of people are not aware, are go through life kind of on autopilot. They're not even really aware of the thoughts that go through their mind in the day or whatnot, or what they're even focusing on, if they can even focus, especially nowadays where so many people lack focus, can barely keep attention longer than 15, 30 seconds or whatnot. But anyway, so to get to the point, um, there's this new, okay, so basically, just try to figure out a way to best say it. Basically, it's like this. The moon cycles, right? We're really supposed to be on the lunar calendar as opposed to this Roman calendar we created that don't make sense. We got leap years and all that other crazy shit. Whereas if you really tune into the lunar cycle, the moon cycles, like our ancestors used to do, um, things would be a lot more cyclical, whatnot. Like things would actually be more consistent. We'd actually be more close to accuracy. Um, the moon, just like other uh, heavenly bodies, has its own energy that affects people as well as the planet in general. This is undeniable. This is irrefutable. Women know the moon interacts with their cycle. Uh, if you check the history of like police, fire, ambulance, rescue, whatnot, when there's a full moon out, they have more calls. There's more activity going on. The moon affects the oceans, current waves, whatnot. So I'm just stating that there is tangible evidence that the moon has an effect on what goes down here, as well as other planets. But right now we're focusing on the moon. So something that kind of got brought to my attention recently is that in 28 days, or in a regular moon cycle, which is about 28 days, the moon goes through each constellation, or each astrological sign, um, every month, pretty much. And when the moon is in your astrological sign, there's actually at that for about 2 days a month, about 1 or 2 days every month, the moon goes to everybody's sign. So actually right now it's currently the moon is in Libra. Today is January the 10th, Saturday, January 10th. The moon's in Libra, moon entered Libra yesterday, January 9th. It's being Libra today, and I think it comes out of Libra like sometime tomorrow morning on the 11th. But I am Libra gang, baby. So yes, I have been focusing more on my meditations, as well as doing a little bit fasting, cutting back on different things during this time, because there's a whole science to it. But basically the point is this: during those 2 days when the moon is in your astrological sign, it's actually easier. You get assistance, universal kind of assistance, as far as raising your kundalini and releasing, the sacred oil or whatnot. Um, and during these time periods, if you actually tune yourself in, and when I say tune yourself in, that means, kind of focus more so on the act of meditation and on just your internal space. Meaning, like I said, right now I have been fasting the past few days. They say it's best to kind of like fast and do a few things in the days leading up to the when the moon is in your astrological sign, as well as the a couple of days after. So what I've just basically done is I went ahead and charted my moon cycle for this whole year 2026, um and created about a 5 day period around the times when the moon is in Libra for myself, um where I will be just kind of cutting back on certain things, also restraining from sexual activity during those times, because you want to preserve your fluids during that time, because if you don't know, semen and brain fluid is kind of has the same, it's basically, now I would say it's the same thing, but brain fluid is part of your seminal fluid. It's all connected in the same process. But so you want to preserve that during these times when you're trying to reach these peak potentials for elevation and basically mental clarity and oneness, and just tapping into inner things and whatnot. And maybe that's part of the reason why I got this inspiration to do this video during this time, because I have focused in on this new little process and whatnot. Because y'all, if y'all follow y'all follow my YouTube, I don't just be on here posting. Y'all might not see me post for another month, couple months. Shit, might be a year or something before I post a video like this. Now you see me posting music or other things, but as far as when I'm talking, speaking, and sharing different things I've encountered or whatnot, I just do it when I really get an inspiration to share something. And this is one of those things. Because personally, I've experienced the Kundalini rising. Um, it's only been once. It was a earlier in my meditation practice. There was a time when I was really, 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 really gung ho. Sometimes you kind of overdo it. You try to like when you first working out, you try to work out every day and everything like that. So I was really, really locked in with my meditation at this time. And actually, just you get different breathing techniques and everything, whatnot. But during one particular experience, while I was meditating, just the most randomest sensation, literally. I guess kind of like I've heard folks say, I've never personally experienced it, so to speak, but they say there is a way where you can reverse your ejaculation, basically, where you'll instead of outwardly ejaculating, you'll have an inner orgasm, um, which is supposed to be connected to Kundalini energy as well. But that's probably the closest thing I can describe to what I experienced at that moment. Because it was literally a sensation that shot up from like the base of my back. It went straight up, and it happened so fast and so randomly, and it was an orgasmic type feeling. Like it was, I was like, ooh, like a, you get like a chill up your spine. It was like that, but on creatine. It was like a super, and it happened just in the midst of my meditation. It just shot up like a rocket, just bam. And there was a euphoric experience during that time. Um, and I haven't experienced that since then. That's been maybe almost 10 years now, for when that happened. Because I was in a different apartment at the time. But anyway, So I know from my own personal experience that no, there's real truth to this. And like I said, from the benefits, I've had just practical benefits as far as, just going throughout my day and managing and controlling my thoughts and where my focus goes, that meditation has helped. So uh really just to further that, because like I said, it's called a practice of meditation because there is no perfecting of meditation. That's the first thing. Other thing people need to realize that there's never there's no perfection in meditation. No matter, somebody might be sitting there seeming like that, but they might be fighting their own internal monkey brain trying to settle down or whatnot, and that's all part of the process. So uh not gonna overdo it in this video. I just wanted to share that with y'all. So the takeaway from this: go when you finish watching the video, um go online and find out your moon cycle, whatever your astrological sign. Like for me, I'm Libra, so like you can like find out, because every month the moon is going to pass through your astrological sign for about a day or two, sometimes 3 days. It's about a day or two when it's going to be in your astrological sign, and you can go to websites. I forgot the name of the one I went to. I found mine for the full year. It's more like astronomy website, so I have it. But if you just type it in like, hey, when will the moon be in Libra in February? Uh, of course, Google will give you a response, but then you'll see a list of different websites that have different calendars and tracked out calendars and whatnot. But anyway, find find your lunar map for the year or for the upcoming month, and find the period when the moon is in your astrological sign. And during those periods, try to increase your focus as well as your meditative practices for maximum benefit. Um, and see what happens. Right now, I'm just this is actually my first time um aligning with this method myself, adding it to my meditative practices. Um, and I can't say over these past few days, like what I did, like today is the 10th, so the 7th was when I really started. Okay, let me focus in. Let me cut back on certain processes. Really, I've been kind of fasting for the past 2 days. Not like more like intermittently. Like I might go throughout the whole day not eating anything, just kind of off fluids, and then maybe in the evening eat a small meal or whatnot. But I've just been doing that. I don't do it all the time, but during this period, I said I'm gonna do it to add to the practice to kind of clarify. I mean, not clarify, but clear out old things, old processes. And yeah, even though we're at the calendar New Year, because y'all know the New Year don't start till spring, but at this point in the calendar New Year, I thought it might be it really like, I'm not saying this because it's the top of the year. It just happened this way. Like I just came into this information myself right after the new year, just through my own studies and whatnot. And then when I like searched my moon chart, found out that hey, you got a Libra moon about to come up in about a week or two. So I said, you know what? Boom, let's go ahead and kick this off. So I figured I'd extend the invitation to y'all. Chart your moon, your chart your moon chart. Get your moon chart, your moon. You know what I'm saying. Get that together. And try to tune in and try to, like abstain from certain things during that. And it's only about 5 days. You should have some self discipline. You can kind of cut back for like a week, less than a week time or whatnot. Because they say you want to prepare for those 2 days. So, like I said, for this month, Libra moon was in January 9th and 10th. So in those 2 to 3 days leading up to the 9th or 10th, and about the next day or two after, I kind of I've kind of cut off that period to like, I'm gonna focus in on this for this particular reason to amplify this, because I meditate regardless of what's going on in the sky and moon and everything else. I have my own regular meditative practice. A lot of times try to meditate first thing in the morning if I can, if I don't have a busy schedule going that day. And even if I do, sometimes that's even more reason to just like, I got a lot going on today. Let me get this meditation session in right quick so I can go ahead and get my thoughts aligned for the day and just kind of be in that flow state for the day, kind of create that. And that's really part of the benefits of meditating in the morning. Just like they tell y'all, or Christianity say, pray in the morning, pray at night. Really just swap that out with meditation. Meditate in the morning, meditate at night. Just kind of create a flow cycle. And that's the best way I can explain it. And even right now, I can honestly say I feel like I am in a flow state as currently, and have been probably maybe in more into the last 24 hours, just through this experience or whatnot. And that's part of the things they say is that when the moon is in your astrological sign, your inner Christos oil and all of that, and your pineal areas and whatnot are even more activated. And if you focus on that and tune that, you can maximize the benefits of that for yourself. So that's all I got for this video. It's crazy though too, because there's a YouTuber I follow named Jadina Patrick, and she just like literally I was on the way home right now, and it just kind of like thought about doing this video, and she had posted a video, and she was like, in the video stuff about, some of y'all, your energy just changed overnight or whatnot. And I kind of laughed by that shit. Cause like, damn, I did just kind of start add this into my process. You know what I'm saying? I said, so, just, I looked at more as like, just universe confirming that, I'm moving where I'm supposed to be in my own personal process. But that's neither here nor there, man. Continue to be blessed and prosperous. I guess Happy New Year, calendar wise, whatever. Yeah.